Alrighty, so let's talk about marketing today. I think this is day 15 of filming in a row. So we've gone over some stuff. We've gone over some important elements of copy, important elements of advertising, how to write some copy. I'm going to tell you about a little hack that you've probably heard that I'm actually getting back into. I used to do it quite often, and then I stopped. And the reason I stopped was just because life gets hectic, and then you get to a point where you think you're good enough or you're decent enough, and you kind of drop it. And so I'm kind of getting back into it because I want to just kind of sharpen the blade a little more. And this is kind of it. So what I did was, and I would suggest kind of doing the same. I've printed all these sales letters. So I have the boron letters. I have everything that Halbert mentions in the boron letters to actually handwrite, which I did. I have a ton here. I have kind of the, let's see here. I have the famous, let's see, this is the famous dollar bill. So I would handwrite these. I literally spent, I think it was about 6 months. I was kind of in between jobs at the time, right? The classic, how to get what you want from the U.S. government. The Amazing Diet. The Amazing Diet Secret of a Desperate Housewife. The Blackjack Man. That's a really good one. The discovery from Asia seems to burn off body fat's a really good one. I have a ton. The coat of arms letter. I have facelift in a jar letter. I have like just a ton of stuff. Boron letters fully printed out from chapter 1 to 20, and so on and so forth. So I'm starting to get back into it. Physically handwriting, I know you can use a lot of AI. The thing with AI is it doesn't provide as much context yet as I would like. And really, if you don't know what to expect or you don't know what's good, it doesn't matter what it's gonna output. You would still think that it's quality, even though it's not. So kind of being again a holistic marketer is kind of the term I'm running with right now. A holistic marketer, because right now copywriting, obviously AI can do for you. However, you have to understand copy. You have to understand the elements, the frameworks, to kind of produce ROI. And in a world of AI slop, I think this becomes even more important because if it's all sloppy work and we don't really know what we're doing, then I think it's actually important to double down on the tried and true, which is all these sales letters. So I'm gonna start writing them by hand again, just to help me with my landing page copy, my ads. And a great tactic too is I actually start free writing. Before I write anything, I just start free writing a few of these just to get kind of the gears turning. Nice cup of coffee before I get the gears turning. But marketing, man, I love marketing. I really do, I think. When I was younger, I used to hear, and I still hear to this day, everyone, a lot of people are printing money online. And I said, as I spend more time in this space, I still find it very fascinating how people can just put a few words together and make money online through any type, through various funnels, whatever it is. Words are important. Words are impactful. So it's quite cool to be a part of kind of the ecosystem, even though I'm a bit of a nobody at this current moment. But yeah, it's really fun. I like it. I enjoy it. I like the behavior side of things, the consumer behavior side of things, the psychology side of things. I find it really interesting and really diving deep. I think of it as frequencies. Everyone's kind of operating on a different frequency, and it takes a little while for you to start tapping into those other frequencies. And when you can do that, you start understanding the nuances and the things that really move the needle, aka conversions and all that other good fun stuff, the true change. And so, a mix between YouTube, copy, all that kind of stuff. And a note on YouTube, YouTube is super important now when it comes to AI. A lot of the LLMs are pulling from YouTube. I think YouTube is, the top, it's either three, it's between two and four, I believe, top sites that they're actually pulling from these LLMs. So um, the more you can properly put out content, SEO optimization on YouTube, description on YouTube, and do it properly and create good content that people want, there's a better chance of you being noticed by these LLMs, which is really cool as well. So lots changing. However, I'm actually going back to the basics right now. I'm going to start writing some stuff out. It takes a while. Your hand goes numb. Not the funnest thing to be doing. It takes a little while to actually write this whole thing out, depending even how long the sales letter is. But what I used to do was I would spend a week with each sales letter. So every morning I would wake up, I'd get a piece of paper. Now I had stacks of writings. Like, I threw a lot of these out, but I had stacks. I had a mountain full of just handwriting. And so what I would do is I would follow as well the framework, not that it matters, the framework of this. So I just do basically columns. And it takes about an hour to an hour and a half to write this whole thing out. Like, sometimes stuff like this, super dense, right? It's even hard to kind of view, and you're just writing it. Some are bigger than others. I know it looks small, but it takes a little bit to actually write this thing out. You'd be surprised. So it usually takes about an hour. By then, your hands are, your palm kills. But it did help me quite a bit. Selling in person, one-to-one. I would start using their guarantees. I would start using the wording that they would be using, and it would help. It helped tremendously. So I'm going to get back into it. And there's something about writing rather than typing that I guess sticks in the brain more. But marketing's fun. I plan to make some money with marketing. So yeah, that's kind of today's chat. It's late. I'm tired. I gotta build some stuff tomorrow. And so there's lots to be done. So I need some good sleep. Regarding sleep, don't eat 2 to 3 hours before. Try not to. Try not to have any alcohol in your system. Don't drink too much water because then you'll be waking up peeing. What else? You can take some supplements, but we'll talk about that later. Basically, the biggest thing is you can even use blue light glasses. Use blue light glasses, stay off your screen, calm the mind down, meditation, reading, a screensaver both on desktop, Mac, and phone. Don't eat 3 to 4 hours before bed. Don't work out hour and a half to 2 hours before bed. They'll keep you up. Sauna I'm in knocks me out. I have great sleep after a sauna session. I highly suggest doing saunas. One thing I would love to do, because I'm in the health and fitness space, I've been in it for a very long time, is actually make a sauna offer. Sauna, and it's a good hook here, by the way. I've always used to tell my clients, that one of the most important pieces of equipment in the gym is not the weights, not the dumbbells, it's not the cardio machines, it's not the turf, it's the freaking sauna. The longevity benefits of sauna is incredible, and not too many people know. Now, obviously, people are starting to find out about it more, but if you can, go to the sauna, get in the sauna, do about 20 to 30 minutes, at your own pace. And that will help you go to bed. What else? Supplements, yes, you can take some supplements. You can take... Yeah, those are kind of them. I mean, if you're not eating, right, you're not going to bed on a full stomach, it's not going to help. You're not drinking a ton because then you have to go up to the bathroom. You're not, you're kind of mitigating blue light glasses, desktop saving mode for the eyes. And you can kind of calm the mind. I think you'll do well. And kind of exhaust the body and exhaust the mind during the day. Other than that, I think you will do fine. I'm currently in a cut. We're dropping some pounds. Actually, going on vacation soon. So I'm trying to just fine tune some aspects of my body. Trying to cut some weight. 20 to 30 minutes on the treadmill every day. Seems to be working really well right now. It's a kind of a hack. Everyone talks about walking, but it is quite the hack. And then I just pair that with just a lifting session. So that's pretty much everything today, and we will get back to this tomorrow. I think that is day 15. I have to check. Day 15 of constantly posting. I'm trying to go for 30 days, just another 15 days. These 15 days went really, really fast. So I'm going to have to think of something. We can go from there. Peace.